Okay, so in this question, we are asked to find the perimeter of a triangle that's on the coordinate plane. Now, the perimeter of a triangle, what you do is you add the lengths of the three sides together. I've graphed very badly, graphed the 3 points and kind of got a basic look of our triangle. You don't have to do that, but it always helps me just to have a picture of what I'm dealing with. To find the length of each side, we're going to have to find the length of each side. So we're going to have to find the length P to Q, the length from Q to R, and the length from P to R. Those are our three sides, PQ, QR, and PR. We're going to use the distance formula. That's how you find the distance between any 2 points. So for PQ, our points are 2, -1 for our P, and 4, 2 for Q. We put it into the distance formula, which said you subtract the x's. The x from our second point is 4, minus the x from our first point, which is 2, and you square it. Plus, you subtract the y's. So the y from our second point is 2, minus the y from our first point, which is -1, and you square it. We have a minus negative here, changes to a plus. Let's simplify those. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 plus 1 there gives me 3. Square each one, so 2 times itself is 4, 3 times itself is 9. We can go ahead and add them to get the square root of 13, and then use our calculator to find the square root of 13 to the nearest tenth. When I take the square root of 13, I get about 3.6, and I round off to the nearest tenth. Okay, one side down. Okay, so PQ has a length of 3.6. Next, QR. So QR is using the point 4, 2 for Q and 6, 0 for R. So again, we use the distance formula, so we subtract the x's, 6 minus 4, and square it, plus the y's subtracted, 0 minus 2. Simplify each one, so 6 minus 4 gives me 2, squared. 0 minus 2 is just -2. Square each of them. 2 times 2 is 4. -2 times -2 is 4. We add 4 and 4 to get 8. And finally take the square root of 8. Again, you're going to have to use your calculator to find it. When you do, you should get about 2.8. So now we know the length of QR is 2.8. Then we go to PR. So on PR, let's write down our points. P is 2, -1. I like to have them down here, so I make sure I use the right points. And R is 6, 0. Subtract the x's. So x is 6 minus 2. Plus, subtract the y's, 0 minus -1. 6 minus 2 is 4. 0 minus -1 is 1. 4 squared, 4 times 4 is 16. 1 squared, 1 times 1 is 1. That gives me the square root of 17. So I take out the calculator. The square root of 17 is about 4.1 if I round to the nearest tenth. Okay, I have used the distance formula to find the length of all three sides. So my perimeter, which is what they want, is when you add all three side lengths together. So 3.6 plus 2.8 plus 4.1. Gives me a perimeter of 10.5. Okay, all right, I hope that helps you out.